Yo, it's your boy Deezy, man. You already know it's not about the setback, it's about the get back. I want to appreciate everyone that's became a member, that subscribed to the channel, and that watches the channel. I appreciate y'all. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we go live. I appreciate all of y'all that rock with me, and I hope y'all continue to rock with me. What's poppin', fam? Make sure you smash that like button as soon as you come in the building. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe. You know, we appreciate all y'all, man. And that's a fact. Okay, we back at it again, man. I hope everybody had a blessed day and, did some things you wanted to do or working on some things that you trying to get done. Yeah, so, today was all right for me. I got through my day. We went live on the other channel for a little while earlier. Y'all know I was bowling today, and we went live for a little while, and my phone died. So the live did cut off while I was live because my phone died. But yeah, I got to start going live on SBGB Bowling, that channel, and I'm going to start going live on there soon. I was supposed to go live on there earlier, but I didn't. But I need to start doing that. Yeah, so all good, man. I'm just getting active. The things that I do within my life, I want to be, going live and, sharing the things with the people that are subscribed and support me, that I do throughout the day when I am up. Because y'all know I be sleeping too, since I be up on the live so long. But I do want to share the things that I do throughout the day on the live. So shout out to all y'all that be rocking with the channel. I appreciate y'all, man, for rocking with Deezy. And y'all know we go in consistently. That's a fact. And we not going to stop going in. We going to continue to go in and call it out, all the BS, that Wack does, and, other things we talk about as well. But we definitely stand on the Wicked 100 neck. Yeah, Wicked 100 got to feel this. And for the people that rock with us, there's certain people, we don't even watch them that, be spinning the lies of Wicked 100. We don't watch them. There's certain people, they just are willing to spin his narratives and lies because they want to be a part of whatever he got going on. And you can tell those individuals that like to spin the lies of Wicked 100 are like people that really have to be a part of something. They can't stand on their own. The ones that can stand on their own, they don't want to be associated with it because it ain't nothing but a bunch of mess. A bunch of BS. Shit that you really don't want to be associated with. And we know this. That's why we call it out consistently. But all good though. The message I really think is getting out there, it's traveling, all around. I really feel like that. And I really feel like it's traveling all across the world. To all the people that be rocking with the channel and that shares the content, we appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all. The people that be liking the content, watching the content, supporting the channel, period. You know, ones that send super chats to the channel. You know, anybody that support the channel in any form, we appreciate you. You know, we try to stay motivated though. You know what I'm saying? We on here every day though. I tell you that. We on here every day. So they can't stop us. You know, I know they wish they could, but they can't stop us, man. Shout out to the Netherlands. Yeah. Shout out to the Netherlands, man. Hey. Worldwide with this shit. You know, worldwide. We appreciate it. You know. Yeah, Wicked 100. That's dude's new name. Wicked 100. I like that. You know, the twins came up with that one, and I like that one. Wicked 100. We trying to stick to that. Change the whole thing. You know, we're gonna see how I feel about that. You know we talking about him. We done made up our own name. Wicked 100. Cause dude is foul. And that's a fact. Yeah. Ain't no good in boy. You know, he don't mean nobody no good. He was on the channel today, you know, acting like he doing the people a favor by doing what he's doing, right? You know, it's like, that's why he Wicked 100. He's on his channel today, you know, literally acting like he's doing the people a favor for the stuff that he does on the internet. He's saying that he's cleaning, you know, the streets up. That he's doing something positive for, you know, I guess, destroying people's lives. It's what he say. And the lies that he tell, this shit is like, come on, bro. You ain't helping nobody life. You ain't helping nobody out. Hell no. Not one bit. But you know, that's the deception that, you know, he tries to manipulate the people with and come up with, saying that what he's doing is helping. You know, it's, you know, a manipulation tactic. And then, you know, he keeps trying to like shout out the Jews, thinking that they gonna save him from whatever he's into. Yeah. So that's how you know the bull is fufi. There's some fufi jokers on the net. And y'all know we call it out. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. We call it out consistency. You know what I mean? And we speak on the real. You know, somebody said, hold on. She said, don't speak on. She said, don't speak on Black America if you're not Black America. Did you have a few drinks tonight? You had to have a few drinks. Yeah. You know, you had to. Trust me, because I don't get that one. You know, I've been here my whole life. Yeah, but dude really think that, you know, his game of manipulation is not recognized. because he's able to use some of the people that he feels has a following to spin his narratives. Straight up. You know, but I don't care, you know, about the individuals that he uses to spin the narratives. That shit ain't holding no weight. It ain't holding no weight, man. Not at all. It's just you got some, you know, flunky type individuals that want to be a part of something, and you know, he might got something on him, so he's able to, you know, manipulate him because he got something on him. You know what I mean? So show us that badge. Yeah, he's definitely Master Splinter. Definitely Master Splinter. That's a fact. You know, I put up a video on Instagram. I did put it on Instagram too. You know, reenacting what Wack does at home. You know, when he's acting like he about to make his arrest and shit. Yeah, I put that on Instagram. Y'all gotta check that out. We ain't stopping. Yeah, we ain't stopping, man. Not at all. Dude is fufi though. Ain't nothing real about him. Yeah, you know, it's like he wake up every day trying to convince people of shit that ain't true. Like living a lie. And I'm sure like when he tries to like do business with certain individuals, he tells them, man, I'm just lying to the internet because they not gonna believe you if you be real with them either. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. He said it's clear why Wack is lining up all the Crips. Give us your point of view on it, Leon. Yeah, give us your point of view on it. DJ Academics. Let me see. MX Laker Girl. Yeah, we got 24.3K subscribers. Let's go, Deezy. Facts. Yeah, we ain't playing. Gene Deal got him in his feelings about the Crips. Yeah, Gene Deal said the Crips was on his wife's ass. You know what I'm saying? He said the Crips was on their ass like this. He said the Crips was on. He said they was on his wife's ass doing the Millie Rock. You know, going hard in the paint. And, you know, Wack ain't do nothing. Yeah. He's an actor. I can't even lie. Dude's a straight actor. And some people be taking dudes serious. Yeah, some people be taking dudes serious. I don't know why they be taking dudes serious, but some people be taking them serious. Yeah. You know, some people be taking them serious. And ain't nothing serious about it. Nah, ain't nothing serious about that, boy. You know, all the people that we seen get next to him get lined up. And, you know, he said he don't care. You know, if somebody that really show you that they don't care, you gotta believe them. Straight up, you gotta believe them. SBGB TV live call-in show. What's happening?
What's going on, my man?
What's going on? Who we speaking with?
It's Ill Will from Detroit.
What's going on, Will? Detroit, what's happening?
Not much. Just shouting you out. Plenty of love coming straight at you, baby.
Shout out to Detroit, my brother.
For sure. All right, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Shout out to all the people that rock with the channel all over the world, man. The line is open, and tonight, if you want to just call in and shout out the channel where you from, you can do that. You ain't gotta make a long conversation. You ain't gotta get a big point about something. You know what I mean? Just shout it out for real. If you want to put in the chat, shout out where you from. We'll shout out where you from as well. Straight up. He said Wack got hands on by the 60s and Blueface was there. Nobody did nothing. Yeah, that's because, Wack is cat. Yeah, he cat. Where it get grimy and dirty at, you ain't gonna see no action from Wack. Not at all. Where it's grimy and dirty, nah, you're not gonna see no action from Wack. Yeah. The person that's gonna manipulate people on the internet, they try to manipulate people for protection. Yeah. But I mean, everybody get their day. I think dude play with fire though. Every day. I think he play with fire every day. Yeah. But I do know if something does happen to Wack, the Fed's gonna lock somebody up fast. Straight up. Yeah, somebody do something to Wack, the Fed's gonna get them fast. You know how all these crimes around go unsolved, people being kidnapped, all kinds of things. If somebody listen, even if you would strategically do something to Wack, they will find out. Straight up. Even if you was to strategically do something to them, they'll find out. SBGB TV, live call-in show.
Hey, yo, Deezy, I had to do it. Freeze! Put your hands up! 600, we got him. Hey, SBGB TV, we love you, Deezy.
Appreciate you calling in. Much love, bro.
Peace.
Smash that like button and hit the subscribe button, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's a classic right there. That freeze, put your hands up, 600, put my squad car around. We're gonna lock all the Crips up. Straight up. Like, on some real shit though, right? If I was from LA, any Crip that I knew that would feel like anything Wack said was solid or correct, I wouldn't rock with him. Like when I was watching the show the other day on No Jumper, and Hefe was and Sporty Face was trying to make light of Wack and Blueface not getting paid and certain things that could like favor their side. I don't agree with that. You know, if somebody go at you publicly and disrespect you, and this is why, you know, people look at those certain individuals like they weak, you know, like they really not like that, right? Because this man went at both of them individuals publicly. And he talked crazy about both of them. I don't care what the circumstances is. If you talk about an individual like he talked about both of them and, you know, talking crazy, I can't get on the internet and agree with nothing you saying. It's always going to be forget you. But it lets you know, how these guys think. It lets you know the mind frame of them dudes. You know, they was on there like, oh man, well, Blueface did box and he should have got paid. Hey, listen, what that got to do with you? You saying he should have got paid don't get you no paper. You know what I'm saying? So why are you siding with that? You know, you saying somebody should have got some money because you think they should have got some money. That shit don't get them no money. And it don't get you no cool points. Especially when these, this dude done disrespected you, your family, talk about y'all all crazy. I wouldn't be agreeing with nothing for him. And this is why Wack toy with them type of people like that. Because when you see somebody that you done went at, now they like advocating that you should have got this and you should have got that. Oh, Wack looking at it like, oh yeah, these niggas is cupcakes. You feel me? Straight up. Wack looking like these niggas is cupcakes. Yeah, they cupcakes. I'm not agreeing with nothing for the bull. Especially if you done went at me. I don't care if you don't get your money or if you get it. I don't care. That's something you got to deal with. Me sitting here like I'm supposed to have some sympathy for you ain't going to get you no damn money. Especially when you went. See, I'm just that type of individual. Some people are different, and I guess those dudes there is a little different. I'm different. If it's F you, it's F you. Now, we not going to say F you in the moment and then act like you ain't try to, go at me. Nah. Some people can't, I guess, accept that when a relationship, or if there never was a relationship, you don't rock with somebody that it ain't no rocking, so they want to teeter-tot the fence. I think both of them dudes would deal with Wack again. Hefe and Sporty Face. Sure did. They some lames. Facts. They soft. Now they have content on Wack and they chicken out. And that's crazy. Straight content on Wack. They ain't saying nothing strong about it. None of them. Everybody see what happened. They ain't saying nothing. See, and this why Wack played them bulls like that. Straight up. They were supposed to dog walk them. Let me in the video. And it's like, they said a little something. I know Hefe, I think he said something because I seen somebody share something. They be sending me stuff and I just seen the title. But they ain't going hard, man. Not at all. Wicked got the gangbangers on scary time. Yes, he do. I can't lie. Yes, he do. Yeah, they are so embarrassing to the West. Definitely embarrassing to the West. And these are the people that get chosen. You know, these are the people that Adam choose to get up there. Yeah. Wack could go at all of these jokers and they like mindful of how hard they go at Wack. You know why though? Cause they scared that Wack gonna take their channel. Yeah, Hefe scared of that. This why he's so light and mindful. He's scared Wack gonna take his damn channel. You know, he's scared. You know, if you're scared, get a dog. You gotta go get you a Rottweiler, bro. Yeah, get you a pit bull. You know, get you a massive. Get you something. Y'all need dogs, man. Straight up. They need dogs, man. Adam make them boys kiss and make up for $200. It should be wild though. You know, this was the time for all of them to, you know, really go at Wack. Right now, it's perfect time. Go at the nigga, go hard, and talk about everything you seen, cause it ain't like you gotta make anything up. Y'all all seen the shit. You know, that boy ain't had that energy for Aiden Ross. But then he go back to Clubhouse and he turned into the Undertaker. Shit crazy. Yeah, that's what they need to do. They need to go to church. Yeah, go to church. Yeah. And he still answer wicked phone calls and texts. And that's wild. Don't forget, Wack had to go talk to the Jews to take your channel down. They scared of Wack though. That shit's crazy. And y'all got the opportunity, whereas though if y'all had to start the channel again, it'd be easy because everybody see y'all every week on No Jumper. Y'all can promote the channel. You know, people know y'all on No Jumper. Shit easy. Yeah, Wack almost 50. It'd be like, what legacy, Wack, do you want to leave behind when you're going? Positive legacy, do something for the community like Nipsey was. Now, Wack ain't going to do nothing for the community. Yeah, he one of them type of dudes. He not going to do nothing for the community. Nothing. Yeah, that's because Wack is real selfish, though. Yeah, he real selfish. So, you know, all the people that he deal with, he only deal with them because he can use them. He don't deal with nobody that he can't use. So now he ain't gonna never give nothing back to no community. Nowhere. You know, it's all about who can he manipulate and take from. You know, all the people that are around him are being used. Yeah. And you can't use him for nothing because he too busy using everybody else. It's like you can't use him for shit because he using everybody else. Yeah, you gotta understand, LA gang members are not that bright. I see a lot of the jokers definitely lost in the sauce. Facts. He said, remember what is associated allegedly with Karen Civil. And from what I've heard, she has skills probably creating a social media tsunami. She might have, you know, some ability to do something, but if the people that are already established, you know, get crafty on how they deliver their message, they can get the message out there. It's just they scared. You know, them type of dudes be allowing Wack to manipulate them and say, you know, y'all ain't got nothing else to talk about but me, you know, and try to like, you know, use the mind trick on you to get you not to talk about it. And that should be working on some people. You can't talk about nothing else. Man, listen, anybody can talk about whatever they want. But if you see that this situation is a cancer to community, to life, why switch the topic? It got to be addressed. They act like they can't stay on cue with it because somebody gonna look at them funny for talking about what needs to be talked about. So I guess that's the reason why they just let it go. But like I said, when I seen Ant and Sporty Face acting like they was riding for Wack, like, nigga, I don't care if you felt the nigga should be paid. Ain't no way that I would be saying that on the public stage. Nah, nigga, hey, I hope he don't get paid. So what? Because that nigga ain't hoping you get paid or hoping you get a bag. He don't care about your financial situation. He don't care if you make it or not. They don't care nothing about you. You know, like, understanding, right? You got to know, like, when to really be on the other side in the situation. And I don't think everybody got that. I think, you know, with the gangbangers, it take their homies to, like, be in agreement with them to be like, man, this what I'm on. Instead of you being the leader in the situation and say, man, I don't care what nobody say. This is what it is. You know, and this is what I'm on. If you ain't on that, I ain't on that. So now we not rocking with my man. I ain't got no rap for my man. Wack, he done called Wack out for the fade, right? Both of them. Sporty Face and Hefe. Man, y'all work in the same building, bro. Y'all work in the same building, man. You can go up there at any time. You got access to move around the building. You can pop up anytime for the fade. You really don't want to fade. You just responding and you want people to see, all right, y'all responded to the bull. But if you really wanted to fade, then you right there at the building. Get the fade. You know, if you really wanted to fade, but you don't want the fade, man. You know, you don't want the fade, man. And it's so crazy, right? That these individuals are what the people out there look at. This why the culture, this why the mind frame stay in the same seat. It's why the mind don't elevate. Because the people watching these same jokers out there, and they really don't got it. You know, they really don't got it. He said that's the problem. No one is consistent in getting him in order. Definitely. Wack very unintelligent. He seeks and finds no creative, no creating false paperwork. You get it? Nah. I ain't get that one. Munchie B, while R&B, that content with R&B, we played that last year. You know, so sometimes you gotta recycle the content. Yeah, we played that last year. R&B talking to the girl about the little girl. And yeah, crazy. I understand now why Wack hate no jumper cast. Why you say that? Um, how y'all work in the same little warehouse and can't fade in the parking lot? It lets you know, man. They really don't want to fade. That shit for the internet. Yeah, that shit for the internet. And them jokers be having the internet fool. Man, don't nobody want to go to jail, man. Don't nobody want to get active. That shit for the internet. They want it to look like something. All them jokers, sporty face, and them niggas just want that shit like to look like something. You know, and with this social media, you know, this YouTube and shit like that, when you get on here and you start talking like, you know, you going to do this or we can do this, you get certain people that watch it and they think that it's a possibility that these niggas going to fade, but they never going to fade. Nah, Wack is never going. Brick Baby was up there for years while Wack was there, and they ain't never had no damn fade. You know what I'm saying? Brick Baby was up there for years. Ain't nobody have no fade at all. They could have had a fade plenty of times. They ain't want to have no fade, man. That shit just, you know, put on like a look, an act. And what it does is it get people to watch the content. And, you know, you got some people thinking, yeah, they might fade. Them niggas ain't never gonna fade. Sporty face, never gonna fade Wack. Head fade, never gonna fade Wack. None of them. None of them. And that's a fact. But if they make the content and then they get some views and then niggas is sending this shit out, you know, because people be sending shit to me. Yo, look right here. Hefe say he want to fade with Wack. When have you known a nigga to say he wanted to fade with somebody and they really fade when they do it on the internet? You know when it's real when a nigga had a fade and he come to the internet and then say, yeah, I just had to put hands on my man. I just had to get active. When a nigga go to the internet and say they want to fade, it's fufi. That shit cap. You know, it's for clicks. It's for attention. When a nigga come to the internet and tell you that they just had to fade, they put hands on somebody, you know it's real. Because they went and got the fade. You know? I think other day, everything Wack and someone arguing, he always say, we can go to Big U backyard and get down. Why your backyard? That it's like Wack be just capping. You know, that shit sound good. That pull up, fade, I'ma do this. That shit sound good though. But it's fufi. I don't even get high. Pay up there. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, smash that like button if you haven't hit the like button yet. I don't even get out. Pay up there. Nobody's willing to risk it. There will be no fades. Nah, there won't be no fades. None. At all. None. Yeah. Hey, fufi, man. Wicked got that word judo on lock. Just keeping it a buck. Let me see. All them dudes up at No Jumper are dying to be on those Aiden Ross Fighting cars. Yeah. But I don't think none of them that's on no jumper gonna do it. I don't think Sporty Face, I don't think Hefe, I don't think none of them dudes. Yeah, the suspect dude, I don't think none of them gonna fight. Yeah, I don't think none of them gonna fight. Yeah. They gonna just talk about it. Yeah, I want to fade, and if you want to fade, go get you a fade. Capping. Yeah, smash that like button if you haven't hit the like button yet, and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, but none of them want that fade, man. Wack be, manipulating the boys, and then when he do see him, he gonna say, man, it was just content. You taking it too serious. Yeah. So I think out there on the West Coast, yeah, there's some street stuff going on in the street, but all the shit on the internet is for clicks and views. It ain't no real shit. I don't think, none of them dudes is like real. Because what happens is they start seeing other people getting views by lying. So why would they be truthful? Why would they be solid? They're gonna lie, manipulate the same way so they can get the views. So I think like the content creators out there is like full of cat. Because nobody want to go to jail. But they know talking about the beef get people looking. When you talk about you got beef with this person and that person, all right, yeah, people want to check, oh yeah, they beefing. Man, you ain't beefing on here like that. Hell no. Straight up. You ain't beefing like that. Adam said he's trying to get Nate Dogg's son on there to fight the dude who slapped him and jumped him in the car. Okay, that's what Adam said. Is he trying to get him on the brand risk fight or something that he trying to put together? Yeah, is it the brand risk fight or something he trying to put together? Yeah, I don't know. But I just think them dudes is cat, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I think they just cat. He said, yeah, Aiden Ross. Yeah. But this why I don't be watching them dudes. I don't watch them. People be sending me stuff from them dudes. I can't watch them. Because I know they all fufi. They all like, it's like fabricated shit. Yeah, I can't watch them, man. Yeah, I can't watch them. I know they're going to lie for Wack, spinning narrative. And I'm like, man, I can't watch that shit. Yeah, too much BS. Which we know the internet filled with the BS. It's overloaded. It ain't too many real ones on the net. It ain't too many real ones on the net, man. But you can expect some fufafi shit quick. Yeah, that shit crazy, huh? You see, got the old OG Bloods calling Wack big homie. Man, I don't know how anybody deal with him when they know the boy the police. That's what's crazy. You know, I don't know how anybody deal with him. He said it's hard, Deezy, but sometimes I had to just keep my ears to the streets. Do you say keep your ears to the streets when you listen to those other individuals? He said, I'm from California and I don't listen to none of them dudes at the Fed quarters. It's crazy. Yeah, tell me that, Shay. Are you saying when you listen to them other YouTubers, is that keeping your ear to the streets? Yeah, because I just think they be just lying a lot. I think they give out like a lot of misinformation. Yes, need to know what they talking about. I just think they give out a lot of misinformation. Yeah, I think they give out a lot of misinformation. Yeah, I can't get jiggy with them. I think the information they be giving out, it's like the running narrative. It's like a lie, you know. Because I remember when, Loose Cannon first got locked up. A lot of them dudes was the way they was talking. It was just like they was lying and shit. It's like I think it's just a lot of misinformation with them. And I just can't watch that shit. I'm like, man, these niggas is lying again. Then they see other individuals lie, so shit, they just gonna lie too. He said they do most of the time, but sometimes I need to read in between the lines. See, and that's what I ain't trying to do. I ain't trying to look at the content with them dudes, and now I'm trying to dissect what's real and what's not. Yeah, I'm listening to the dudes, I'm trying to dissect what's real and what's not, and I'm like, that shit there too much. Now I'm like on a wild goose chase to find out what's real and what's not. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So it's like when people send me that shit, if I do click it, and I'm like, hell no. I ain't sitting there watching that shit. And, them dudes be thinking because they from the area that they got like, the right to manipulate the content and lie. And man, you don't know what you talking about, man. Yeah. Then the next thing they saying, oh, you can't talk about this business on the internet and you can't talk about that business on the internet. I'm like, man, shit. Right though, Shay. Now that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. You said, nah, bro. I said OG Bloods. Let me see. He said, nah. He said, nah, bro. I said OG Bloods. Calling Wack. Say his big homie, Big U. Because he always had Big U name in his mouth before they fell out. All right, you got me with that one. I said OG Bloods calling Wack. Say big homie. Say his big homie is Big U because he always had Big U name in his mouth. Fell out. I ain't get that. You typed that in there, probably how you was thinking it, so it ain't come out the same. But nigga be straight cap though. Yeah. Wack be straight cap. Yeah, smash that like button too. If you haven't hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You know, today one of them laid back days. I'm laid back today. Yeah, I'm laid back today. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button. Wack think he controls the narrative on what snitch it is. If you sue Wack for slandering you online and him, you're a rat. Ain't that something though? Yeah, this the manipulation though. That's what he do. He get to manipulating them bulls and niggas go for it. Yeah, they go for it. I wouldn't care what Wack said at all. Me just being real. You hear me? I wouldn't care what Wack said at all. Not one bit. I don't care what you say. I'm doing what I want to do. You know, if you don't like it, so what? You know what I mean? If you don't like what I'm saying, so what? You don't like what I do, so what? Yeah. You watch dude do all the crazy shit and then let him dictate how you should operate. It's crazy. Yeah, facts. These guys like Wack just because nobody really accept Aiden Ross. And really, you Deezy, keep your foot on his neck. Hey, listen, man, I ain't stopping. I ain't stopping at all. Yeah, I ain't stopping at all. We going all the way in. That's a fact. SBGB TV, live call-in show.
What's going on, cuz? You can hear me?
It's a live call-in show. Who you speaking with?
I had called the other day. I'm from New Jersey, but I live in Minnesota. I'm from there. I'm the one I was texting. You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. What's going on, bro?
No, I was texting because I was texting so fast. No, I was saying that I'm gonna let you go in a second. No, I was saying that I watched a free documentary and all the OG Bloods. What I meant that a lot of OG Bloods was saying that Wack 100. They was calling like his big homie is Big U because every time he had an argument with somebody, we can go to Big U backyard and get in. I think I said it the other day. Like it was calling and that disrespect. That shows you how they don't really mess with him because when you got blood from your own hood and Compton and the other calling OG Crip your big homie, you know what I mean? Like every time, let's go to Big U backyard. Why not go to your backyard and get in? You know what I mean? That's what I meant to say because I was texting so fast. Yeah. So that's probably. But yeah, I won't let you go, bro. But yeah, I was just saying that because I've been watching a lot of documentaries and from people from prison also that it's the words that they use also call him a skunk and talking about like triple OG blood. But like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna let you go, man. I'm supporting your channel, but that's what I meant because I kept texting so fast, so you probably wasn't reading it. But yeah, when you got an OG bloods calling you, telling you your big homie is an OG Crip, you know what I mean? That means that you don't really run. You know what I mean? But yeah, do your thing, homie. I'm supporting your channel, bro. Y'all subscribe, man. Like, hit that like button.
Appreciate you calling in too, bro.
All right.
Yeah, man. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash that like button. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, I don't know how anybody call Wack big homie. They let you know niggas that deal with the rats quick. That's all. Niggas that deal with the rats fast. They accepting them. Your call has been forwarded. Yeah, they accepting the rats, man. All that gangster shit that they be talking, be cap. Be straight cap. And, you know, I was watching a clip from Adam today. I did see a clip Adam put out there. And Adam said he feels that, you know, they should be penalized as well for what they said. You know, calling out saying the fight was rigged. Yeah, they should be penalized as well. He like, man, I should be on Wack and Blueface's side, but you know what they did was, and then Adam said in his contract, it said that he have to have a rain bet patch on his shorts. So this how you know Wack is lying about that, right? If Adam's contract said that he had to wear a rain bet patch on his shorts, why wouldn't Wack's contract say that? That's in the, and I know, I guarantee you that's why Aiden Ross didn't even respond to that, because he knows that's in the contract. You feel me? And Adam said he had his plug talk girls put, you know, his shorts and stuff together, and they set it up and they read through the contract. Wack just skimmed through the contract. He ain't read the contract all the way. You know, but let him tell you it wasn't in the contract. Man, that shit was in the contract, man. Yeah, but I tell y'all, the bull lies so much. You know, he go to the internet and say certain things looking for people to, you know, side with him. But the contract said you needed to have a rain bet patch. You just chose not to. Y'all wanted to put all the stuff you wanted to put on there. And then we remember, though, Wack was trying to tell Blueface what kind of socks he should wear and what he should wear. And Blueface was like, man, I'm going to wear what I want to wear. He was concerned about the wrong shit. He was supposed to be concerned about making sure that the contract obligations was fulfilled. If you would have made sure that the contract obligations was fulfilled, you would have been on point. But you was worried about the wrong shit. You know, in life, you know, you do multiple things, so you can mess up, but not in a situation like that. I don't think Wack should have fumbled the ball in no way, shape, or form with making sure that everything was met. And, you know, like I said the other day, though, Wack didn't make sure that Blueface shut up. Wack lawyers don't tell him to shut up. And you know, what I do know about lawyers, right? They got a job to do, right? They not going to tell Wack to shut up. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the more Wack run his mouth, the more they get work. Yeah. The more Wack run his mouth, the more work they get. So they not out there trying to, you know, shut Wack up. Let him talk. You know, if he got Aiden Ross suing him, right? if Aiden Ross and Brandris and them sue Wack, the lawyers got a job. You know, so I know the lawyers, they definitely like Wack. He talk too much. We know Wack gonna get out here and talk himself into something, and we got more work. So why would we turn down the work, or why would we tell him not to do something and that's going to give us less work? If you think about it, that's less work for the attorneys. Yeah, Wack want to go out here, run his mouth. He want to sue World Star. All right, Wack, you gonna have to pay for this. You giving us work. Wack, you get out there, nigga, sue you. You gonna have to pay for this. It's giving us work. So they gonna let Wack talk as much as he want to talk. That's why his lawyers ain't even gonna give him no advice to be quiet, because they know it's beneficial for him to talk. Say whatever you want, Wack. Talk, cuss everybody out, call everybody a snitch, do whatever you want to do on the net. Now you gotta hire us. They ain't doing no free work. That's one thing we know an attorney ain't doing. They ain't doing no free work. Straight up. Yeah, they ain't doing no free work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He said, bro, that would make their work disastrous. So you don't think they want Wack to keep talking so they can get paid? You don't think they want Wack to keep getting this shit so they can get paid? Because Wack got a situation. If Aiden Ross is suing him, right? If his lawyers don't tell him, I think you should be quiet, that means they want him to talk so that they can get more money. Why wouldn't his lawyers tell him to be quiet? You know? I'm just saying, if your lawyer rock with you and they see that you digging yourself a deeper hole, wouldn't they say, yo, man, it's chill. I want you to relax. I think you should relax on this one. You're doing too much, bro. Nah, they just letting him keep going. All right. You just keep talking. Yeah. Nah. No, they don't. Nah, that's a lie. They don't want to win every case, bro. No, they don't. They don't care about winning every case. You're not gonna win every case with Wack. They know that. You're not winning every case with no damn Wack 100. Hell no. They want to get paid. Wack paying these people. He got to pay them a retainer. And they listen. With a person like Wack, you're not gonna win every case. Straight up. Lawyers don't rock with you. They sell with you. Nah. Hey, listen. Now I'm gonna tell you, because I think you probably just came on the channel, right? I paid a lawyer for a case, right? The lawyer tried to sell me out to the prosecution. Now I need you to listen to this. This is why, you know, well, babe, or whatever, you know, I'm gonna say, I don't see your picture, so I don't know, right? But the lawyer tried to sell me out. And I'm telling you this factual. I got the documents, right? I paid a lawyer for a case. And the lawyer told me that I didn't have a chance at all on the case. Wrote me a letter, told me you can't win this case. Now this lawyer was a lawyer for 40 years. 40 years. You hear me? Them beat some serious cases. Them been to war, right? But in certain situations, they'll sell you out. They don't care. It's about the money. If I pay him for a case And he knows that. And I'm going to tell you, the older the lawyers get, they don't care about winning. The young lawyers, the ones fresh out of law school, they care about winning. They fresh out of law school. They want to make a name for themselves. Old lawyers, they don't care about losing. They already rich. They already paid. They just doing the work because they like doing the work. Right? So I paid the lawyer. Lawyer tell me I can't beat this case. Now I see that something's wrong within the case. I research the case. I go to the law library every day looking up cases related to the case, right? And the lawyers tell me I ain't got a shot. I'm like, listen, I ain't taking the plea to nothing. I'm not taking the plea to nothing. I go to war. I had to fire the lawyer. You hear me? I had to fire the lawyer because the lawyer said he wasn't going to do what I told him to do. I told the lawyer to suppress the evidence. He wouldn't put a suppression in. I told the lawyer that I'm going to trial. The lawyer telling me that it's my best benefit to take this plea. It's 4 years. Right? I'm telling the lawyer I ain't taking nothing. I fire the lawyer. I get a public defender. You hear me? I get a public defender. I go to war with the public defender. I tell the public defender what to do. I tell the public defender how we're going to beat the case. I get the whole case dismissed. This is why I'm telling you. You can't trust no attorneys. You can't trust no attorneys. Now, I'm talking to you now. You're going to make me stop talking to you in about 1 second, right? Because that's the only thing that I don't like, talking to people that don't comprehend and understand. I don't like this, right? You said he told you that there's no chance of you winning. You still hired him. Lawyers don't work like that. When you go see an attorney for a consultation, every attorney tells you that they're going to beat the case. This is the game. Now, I've been to trial 5 times. I've picked 5 juries and been to trial 5 times. 5. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 times. I've sat in a trial for weeks at a time and fought cases. I know the process to pick a jury. I know how the whole process goes. So the lawyer tells me that we're going to be able to beat this. You hear me? I say, okay. I retain the lawyer. After the lawyer talks to his friends, the prosecutors, understanding this, right? The prosecutor, the defense attorney, and the judge. I don't know if you know this, but I want to enlighten you. They are all attorneys. The prosecutor, the defense lawyer, and the judge. Every single one of them go to school for the exact same thing. They're all lawyers. They're friends. Inside of the court system, Whatever county you're in, they're all friends. The hand of one is the hand of all. They all work on the same accord. Understand this now. I'm teaching you something. So when you hire an attorney and you're charged in that county, they have a personal relationship with the prosecutor. So if the prosecutor tells them, I need this guy. This guy's been beating us. He keeps spanking these cases. He keeps winning these cases. I need a conviction on him. We haven't been able to get a conviction on this individual. This individual has went to trial for murder in our county. This individual has went to trial for multiple different cases, drug charges, and he's always beat the case. This case, we need this one. Now, what we'll do for you, if you give us this case and encourage him to take a plea, then we'll do you a favor on another case that we already know if we go to trial, we got it. We'll do you a favor. It's a favor for a favor. You understand that this is a game. You hear me? I want you to understand this, right? I don't want you to get off topic. I need you to stay on topic now. Don't get off topic with your question. I need you to stay on topic now. You just told me about the intelligence. I need you to stay on cue. They all work together. Understanding this, right? So it's a dirty game. You understand that all the attorneys, they look down on all the citizens because they have an education, a degree in law. And law runs the country. Attorneys don't look at regular citizens that run around here and know nothing about the law. They don't look at them like you are the same because they got a different type of understanding of the law. They know terminology that you don't know. So when it comes to this game, they play the shit their way. It's their rules. It's their way. They design it a certain way, right? And when you first talk to an attorney, they want you to feel comfortable. This is why they give free consultations, right? Understand this. When you go talk to an attorney, they want you to feel so comfortable. They give you a free consultation and tell you everything that you want to hear. They tell you whatever you need to hear. Yeah, we going to do this. We going to do that. We going to do this. We going to do that. Right? And you think that they going to rock with you, right? When you leave the office and you go back around the way to your homies, to your partner or whatever, and they say, how did everything go when you went and seen the lawyer? On that first visit, everybody comes out of there and says, man, the lawyer said, we got this. You hear me? I'm trying to learn you something, right? Because I've been through this several times. And every attorney I've had, right? I'm going to tell you this right now. Every attorney that I've had to make them go to trial. Understanding that the attorney works for you. But everybody don't understand that. They hire an attorney and they just try to let the attorney run the situation. The attorney works for you. So you got to do your own homework. You got to do your own research. And you got to tell the attorney what to do. That's what help you knock cases out the park. So when everybody goes to do a consultation with the attorney and then they go back to their homie, their partner, first thing they say, right, is, we got this. Yeah. They say, we got this. We gonna beat the case. And after you get your discovery, once you locked in with the attorney, this is what they do. This is what all attorneys do. This is what every attorney does. After you get the discovery, they say, oh man, I ain't know about this. I ain't know about that. Damn, why'd you do this? You see this right here? Yeah, I'm gonna try to do my best. You know, we're gonna try to get you the best plea deal we can. Yeah, we're gonna get the best plea deal that we can. Now, if you wanna go to trial, we can go to trial, but I think your best bet would be take this and we'll try to get you probation. This is what they do. Take this, we'll try to get you probation. Best thing, you know. Now you got to be one of those type of people that would say, man, I'm going to go to war. I ain't taking a plea to probation. I'm going to go to war and I'm going to fight the case. And this is what I want you to do. When you start doing that, right, you got some attorneys that'll ride with you and say, all right, we got to work together, right? That's a good idea because they see you invested in yourself. But then you got some attorneys that'll get upset at you and say, you think you know the law. You don't know the law, right? Even though what you're saying is correct and you showing them, well, the law saying this what I came up with, right? Some attorneys don't think you got the capability to do research and find out case law to match your case. And they get upset. I've been doing this for this long. You ain't gonna tell me how to do my job, right? This is what they do. I've experienced it all. You know, that's one thing I can say. I've experienced it all. And, you know, I'm glad that, you know, I got a different mind frame now. So, you know, I don't really get into no trouble. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no reason for me to get no trouble because I don't do nothing. But when I was out in the street, these are the experiences I've had. Yeah. It's the game. And I notice people out in the street, they listen to the music, right? And the music tell you, I'm gonna get my lawyer and we gonna beat it, right? The music don't tell you, go to the law library, right? The music don't tell you to start studying, look into the LexisNexis, you know, and search the case laws that, you know, have been reversed by the Supreme Court. The music don't tell you that, right? The music just tell you, I got my lawyer and I beat the case. So the niggas in the street, that's all they listening to. Man, I'm gonna hire this lawyer, right? And I'm gonna beat the case. And then when they hire the lawyer start saying things to you to scare you. Now I'm gonna tell you, right? 90% of the cases, they end in plea bargains. Straight up. 90% of cases end in plea bargains. So you think about this, right? If the attorney gets you to take a plea, both sides win. Him and his homie, they can go out and celebrate. The attorney, he win because he, got your bread and convinced you that this is the best deal for you. And the prosecutors win, right? Because they get a conviction, right? Whether it's the conviction they want or not, it's a conviction. So these individuals, they out to lunch, they kicking it, they celebrating. Man, you got to understand it's their game. A lot of people don't understand that shit. And can't nobody tell me nothing about no attorney. Yeah, can't nobody tell me nothing about no attorney. Straight up. SBGB TV live call-in show.
Hey, yo, what's up? What's going on, Deezy?
What's going on? Live call-in show. What's happening?
Yeah, no, man, I'm watching. I'm just watching you, man, and everything you be saying, like you be on some, you hit stuff. You hit stuff different. Like you make sense with everything. A lot of, 99% of the stuff you be saying, I'm trying to cuss, man. That's what I'm trying to cuss.
Okay, appreciate that.
But Deezy, man, when it comes to our people though, Deezy, it's like we so easily like we get manipulated, and it's like, my question to you is though, how when you say certain, when you hit certain topics, Deezy, how do you, what's the angle when it comes to trying to reach black men? And hold on, I'm not about to cut you off though, but just like even when you get on Wack, when you touch on Wack and everything, like you see how all them dudes in LA and everything like that, like I come from, I'm 42 years old, man. I come from an era where certain stuff that Wack be doing over there on the West Coast, man, it shouldn't even be like it ain't. You get my angle?
Yeah.
But I just like, it's like sometimes I'll be like, man, I be seeing you where you be coming from, because I see your angle and I see how solid you is, and it's just like, damn, is you just like doing all this for nothing? Like hey Deezy, your fucking your subscribers and your views, you should have like 2 million subscribers right now.
Yeah, that's a fact. But the internet ain't gonna let me press it like that, because I'm enlightening people. You know what I'm saying? If I was on here lying to people, and manipulating people, they would push me harder. They're not gonna push me because I'm being real. That's how the game go.
Yeah, it's just like, I see where you're going with. I'm just speaking like this. I see like where you're going with a lot of stuff, man. It's hard for me to cuss when I be talking to you, like, so I know I want to get you demonetized or whatever. But man, dude, you be going hard and everything. You be like, hey Deezy, hey dude, you a solid guy, man. You like a real solid guy, man. Listen, I'm a God-fearing dude, and I can't even say really talk how what he want to talk, because I know that I see what it is. But hey, man, but at the end of the day though, too, Deezy, we saw us as definitely men though, man. it's gonna be you on a journey right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
You on a journey, and it's man, it's tough. Cause I see where you coming from. Well, I see on every angle. I see where you coming from. You know.
Most definitely, brother. You know, we just gonna keep doing what we doing and let it build how it build. We ain't in a rush. You know, some people, you know, act like you're gonna be at the top overnight. We just gonna keep letting it build.
Yeah. Yeah. I see you, man. I'm here. I'm just watching the show, you know.
And I appreciate you calling in, my brother.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm here.
Yeah, and if you haven't already smashed the like button yet, hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, so you know, one thing, you know, I know the game. I know the game. And when I speak about these things, I speak from experience. And if you notice, I don't really be speaking on shit that I don't have no experience with because I really don't know about it. You know, if I learn something along the way, then okay, then I might speak about it from what I learned along the way. But the shit that I'm speaking about, when I see Wack operating the way he operate, it's because I know from experience in the street. You know what I'm saying? Me talking about court and, you know, the law and how the lawyers operate, I'm saying that from experience. Straight up. I'm just saying it from experience. You know, and I feel like, you know, my experience, because I've been in trouble throughout my life, right? I've been in trouble throughout my life. You hear me? And I keep it a buck. I've been charged with a lot of things in my life, right? But as an adult, I got one serious conviction, right? 21 years ago. You hear me? As an adult, I got one serious conviction 21 years ago. Now, after that, I've had cases. Spanking shit. Facts. You know, because I learned from a juvenile to take everything to trial. Yeah, I learned from a juvenile. Hold up. Now, I ain't playing the shit else. As a juvenile, I took some pleas, right? Took a plea as a juvenile and got a year. Did 14 months as a juvenile because I took the plea, right? Facts. And I said from that situation, as an adult, I said, I ain't never taking a plea again. And as an adult, I went to trial with everything. You know, straight up. So when I get on here talking, I'm talking, especially when I talk about shit like that, I'm talking from experience. When I talk about jokers like Wack, I've been around jokers like Wack. Yeah, I've been around jokers like Wack. I had a joker that used to hang around us, right? When we was young bulls. This nigga was a straight informant. Real live informant. And we didn't know, right? We young bulls running around 15, 16, right? And we was around our way like doing us. Like we had our little area, that we was running, right? Young boys running our area. It's like 15 of us. And that was our area. We was running the area. Couldn't nobody tell us shit in the area. But we had one nigga that was around us that was an informant. And he was the loudest nigga around us, right? And he would tote that iron. You hear me? The boy had that iron. He'll bust that iron. And he was out there acting like he was about that. Right? We ain't know he was an informant, but we young boys, right? And we would literally say, right? How's this nigga on house arrest smoking weed? Literally, right? How's this nigga just keep getting out a situation, right? But we young boys, this is shit that, you know, we teenagers, and we don't understand this yet. You got to understand I'm older now, right? But this was, you know, we was teenagers. You know, this nigga was ready to rumble. Wherever we go, he ready to rumble. I'd have seen the nigga rumble a few times. You know, I'd have seen the nigga with the strap ready to go in, right? But then I also seen something that alerted us, right? This is something that alerted us, and we young boys now, 15, 16, 17, 18, right? The people will be popping up, coming through, right? And, you know, we used to be down the motels heavy, right? We like, you know, we like ran the motels, right? It was like 3 motels next to each other, right? And we like ran the motels. Facts. You know what I mean? Nothing was moving through there if it wasn't with us, right? And the police would come through, right? They coming through checking. You know, they got jump out. They got marked cars. They got state troopers. These niggas would come through, and the one nigga, they knew the nigga, you know, by name, right? One time they came through, the nigga had the pack in his hand, literally had the pack in his hand, and walked up to the car because the cop called him like, yo, such and such. He like, huh? He walked over, he dirty now, got the pack in his hand, walk up to the car, talking to the cop, like, hold on, this nigga, that shit, and we young boys now. It sent the buzzer off, right? Man, fuck. But we didn't get it then, right? We didn't get it then. It was like an alert, like, the fuck? The nigga running around on house arrest, smoking bud. Now, this was back in the day when the party lines was out. It was a long time ago. I don't know if y'all remember the party line, if y'all old enough. You hear me? This was when the party lines was out. So everybody was, you know, doing the party line thing, right? So the boy running around crazy now, right? Now, how we found out the nigga was an informant, one of the niggas that was a part of us, it was him and another nigga and the nigga. They all went to rob the front desk, right? They said the housekeepers stole some bud out one of the rooms, right? Because, you know, we had multiple rooms out there and shit like that, right? And they said one of the housekeepers stole some bud out the room. And The housekeeper stole the bud out the room. So they come up with the plan, and we gonna rob the front desk. Right? Now, this nigga, he's the getaway driver for the situation, right? He got the getaway driver, right? And the other nigga, you know, that was rocking with us, right? Him and another nigga run into the front desk. They pull the yappers out, right? Yo, get that shit up, right? So now they got the dot head straight at strap point, right? They got the dot head straight at strap point, and now this shit all on camera. But these niggas try to go in there with the mask on. So they got the mask on. They run in the joint. The nigga, you know, outside in the getaway car, right? They robbed the nigga, and I don't even think they got a lot of money, right? It's the front desk. I tell you, I don't think they got a lot of money. You know, niggas are coming there with the credit card. They got a couple of hours up the joint, right? So they robbed the front desk and get that shit up. They got the yopper straight to the dot head joint, right? They hold the dot head, you know, at strap point, right? The dot head, give it up. Oh, here, take it. You know what I'm saying? Dot head, give it up. I don't want no problems. Take it. Right? The two niggas leaving out the store, right? Leaving out the front desk. The one boy, he turn around, pull the yopper back out, put the joint to the dot head, pull the trigger, boom! Knock my man brains out, right? At the front desk down. Knock my man brains out the front desk. They leave my man there leaking. He check out, right? Now these three niggas dip out. It's like a month go by, but now I told y'all we was running this area. This area, it was like this was our area. Now when this shit happened right here, it messed the whole area up. Now nobody can be down there because a body done dropped, right? And you already know, you know, it's all good when you out there and you getting money until a body drop, right? So the body drop, the bull, they running around, all three of them still running around for like a month. You know, they don't know who did it. They don't know nothing about this shit, right? They trying to find out who did it. They asking questions. They running down on niggas. Man, who did it? You know what I'm saying? And the nigga that was the nigga that I told y'all was an informant. You know, the Wack 100 nigga running around loud. I do something to you and all this old crazy shit that had already been working with the people. He end up having a beef with a fiend about some paper a fiend owed him, right? And he pulled the yopper out on the fiend, right? So he pulled the yopper out on the fiend. The fiend owed him a couple hours. So now he want to put the fear in the fiend. He start busting at the ground. Boom, boom, boom. He start letting the shit off at the ground, right? It ricocheted and hit the fiend in the leg. So now the fiend hobbling around because she really ain't want to go to the hospital. You know, when them fiends is out there going hard in the paint, they don't want to leave that addiction. So she hobbling around, right? Now, the people, they grab her up. She hobbling around. She tell the people, yo, it was Mud. Nigga name they call him Mud, right? It was Mud that popped her with the yapper, right? Now, the people run down on him because she said it was him that popped her, right? And you know what he did? He said, I could give you a body, right? You hear me? He said, yo, I could give you a body, right? So first he say some other niggas. He tried to throw them all and say some other niggas, right? Then the people, because I read the paperwork, right? The nigga that got life for the shit, I read his paperwork. When I was locked up, they brought him on the pod with me. And he like, man, read this shit, right? So I had 30 days. You hear me? I had 30 days for driving while suspended. It was like my third time. You know what I'm saying? And this was 20-something years ago. I had 30 days, right? Because I used to drive without a license all the time. I ain't never had license back then, right? I was just driving. I ain't care. So my third suspension, I had 30 days. So they bring the nigga on the pod, right? He done already got the elbow. He like, man, read this shit, right? I read the whole case. And when I read the whole case, right? In the paperwork, it said that the boy was past proven reliable. He had been cooperating for a long time, right? And this nigga been running with us forever. We've been running since middle school. You hear me? They like, yo, he was already past proven reliable. So when he testified on the board, he got the detectives and, you know, past officers that he done dealt with. They like, yeah, he reliable. He a reliable source. And this a body now. They found my man guilty, right? But then it come out that this nigga been cooperating for a long time. But the whole time he run around acting like he was tough, like he was a gangster. You feel what I'm saying? So you already know that this how it be with these type of niggas. You know, the niggas that be like loud like that and they say they gonna do this and they gonna do that and your family this. Them niggas be police. Straight up. A nigga trying to express theyself like that to install fear of other people, they usually be the police. This is why I say with the bull Wicked 100, I'm like, that bull is them folks. Because he displays all of the same behaviors while never having any encounter with the authorities. You know, but it's a dirty game out here, man. I think with people really don't have an understanding, you know, with a lot of shit because they don't have experience with it. And I'm saying this with everybody, right? Anybody can read a book and think that they understand something. I understand that, right? But that book really don't make you understand if you don't have the experience. If you ain't got that experience, you'll never understand that shit at all. SBGB TV, live call-in show. What's happening?
Shit, we supposed to talk about a certain topic?
What's your name, bro?
My name is Joel.
Joel, where you calling from?
Calling from Santa Ana, California.
What's going on, bro?
I don't know. I don't know what to talk about. Fucking,
You gotta make sure you watch your language for me, please, brother.
You said what, sir?
Your language.
Oh, my bad about that.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
wanted to call and check in. I've been supporting your page.
I appreciate you supporting the page, brother. Yeah, we
Yes,
talking
sir.
about things in the street. You know, people
sir.
cooperating with law enforcement but acting like they not.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's a lot of that going on. You ever experienced that in your neighborhood?
Yeah, for damn sure. There's drones flying around, federal drones.
And they flying around your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Have you ever been around any homies that end up turning to be informants?
For sure. I can't lie.
Yeah, so you know that's what we talking about. That exists everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but you know, we appreciate you calling in and supporting the channel, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, have a great night, sir.
You too. If you haven't already smashed that like button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, of course they not gonna pump my channel like that because I'm giving real shit. You know, the world is, you know, designed to keep people slow. It's designed to keep people lost. They don't want to uplift nobody to give them the game to be on point. They want everybody to be lost. And then when they get in a situation, you don't know what to do. You know, I'll be on here talking from experience. Now, I come from the streets, but I don't want nothing to do with the streets. And I'm proud to say that. I denounce the streets. I don't want nothing to do with no street shit. Don't want no street niggas around me. I don't want that shit. You know, when you really come from that shit, it doesn't make you excited to be actively around that shit. That shit don't, you know, that's why I know Wack ain't experienced none of that shit real out there. You hung around, nigga, you really wasn't, that shit wasn't you. Because if that was you, right, you wouldn't want to be around that. You wouldn't want to be saying your niggas around you run your neighborhood at 48 years old. That shit wouldn't be, like, who wants to say that? I'll be damned at my age if I want to be talking about I'm hanging around some street niggas, that I got some street niggas with me. Now, if you making music and you talking shit to music, yeah, but these niggas is online talking about my homies in the neighborhood. Nigga, what? Hold up. Yeah, I know niggas outside, but nigga, hold up, man. Next thing you know, I'm gonna have a case. Straight up. And the niggas that don't get a case, they telling. If you running around with these niggas in the street, that shit draws heat to you. Cause now what they do reflects on you. If these niggas is out in the street, right, and they doing whatever in the street, and then they leave the streets and then go to your house, that shit branches off to you. Straight up. Now you get associated with whatever what they got going on. SBGB TV live call-in show.
Hey, Deezy, this tape, I had to call. I'm sorry, I had to call you back, Deezy.
What's good, bro?
Deezy, like when you, I gotta keep it real though. We gotta keep it funky, Deezy. I can't stand. I don't like nothing about Wack, and I see your vision. I see where you going with everything. But listen, when if we gotta keep it real, Deezy, man, we need Wack to be doing what he doing right now. Because them dudes over there on the way, all that gang banging, them Crips and all that, them Bloods and all that, Wack, honestly, if we gotta keep it a buck, no, Deezy, Wack exposed it. He got all them dudes over there looking real weak, Deezy. You gotta agree with me on that.
Now he got certain individuals on the West Coast looking weak. Understanding that.
Deezy,
but listen.
He got all of them dudes looking crazy right now.
But at the same time, it's individuals that Wack is lying on. So I don't feel we need Wack. You know, hey, the West gonna be what the West gonna be. The dudes that, you know, is fufi gonna be fufi. But Wack will create fake paperwork on people. make up, false allegations and lie and manipulate. We don't need that. Hell no. So we can't act like.
But Deezy, hold on. Listen, Deezy, I'm not trying to cut you off, Deezy. I'm not trying to cut you off, Deezy. But watch this though, Deezy. All that gang banging and all that weird stuff. That weird stuff. I gotta keep all that weird shit. I'm sorry. I had to cuss, man. All that gang banging, all that, red, blue, and all that. Man, hey, man, that stuff gotta end, man. That mess gotta end. And if it take wax to be crooked, a rat, be a crooked rat and fufi, going back with your slang. Look, if it take a fufi guy like that to let the world know and expose gang banging and all that, and watch Wack with a bullseye.
Now I'm gonna say this, right? Now let me go. Let me go now, right?
Okay.
It'll never end, bro. You understand that the FBI, the CIA, the police, they want that shit to happen because it gives them access to be able to go into these areas the way they go into the areas, right? And it keeps niggas dumb. So they want that to happen. You will never, ever, ever stop that because they don't want it to stop. You understand that. I want you to pay attention to this, right? You see what the president did when he wanted to shut down the immigration shit and he wanted to get, the illegals out the country. You see that, right? You see what he doing?
Yeah, right. I'm listening. I'm a owner operator. I drive trucks. I see everything.
So now that you see that the president is doing that, do you understand that if the president wanted to, or if the United States of America, the federal government, wanted to go shut down every gang in the world, they could do it like this? They don't want to. So Wack doing what he's doing is what the design is. It's designed for them to keep the job going for that. That's a job for them people, right? To keep, somebody in the inside. This shit is all set up this way.
But Deezy, hold on. And Deezy, hold on. Because I don't want to feel what I'm trying to say. I don't feel
go
what
ahead.
I'm trying to say.
I'll go ahead.
But listen, and I'm not trying to cut you off because I just don't want to feel what I'm about to say.
Go ahead, say it.
But listen, we got Wack, Deezy. Wack doing this shit on social media, on internet, in front of everybody. So listen, and everybody watching, and everybody see, come on now, I see better than I hear. You see better than you hear, right? So if us as a people, we gotta stop talking about like the other shit though, Deezy, with the white man and all that. Like we open-minded. I don't care. A crackhead can look. This shit is like it's motion picture what Wack be doing though, Deezy. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep this shit a buck too though, Deezy. Now, if we don't see that, what's going on? Well, Wack doing it in everybody's face. You know what I'm saying? And at some point, keep it a buck, Deezy. If we just seen this man get big all this a RICO. Now, if that ain't enough to make definitely the boys on the West Coast. Because I'm kind of trying to keep it right there, Deezy. I'm an East Coast guy. I'm from Detroit. Or if this don't let them boys on the West Coast, if they ain't, and like I said, I don't want to say too much, but cause it's hard for me not to cuss when I'm talking about dude.
Nah, don't cuss. Just say what you're saying, though. Say what you're saying. We don't need no cussing, though. But say what you're saying. But
do you kind of? You Deezy, I'm just like you. I'm a city guy off certain stuff that we seen Wack do, Deezy, off how he's still walking. And I'm not trying to wish something on his demise, but the shit. I'm sorry, I gotta cuss. The shit we be seeing Wack do, Deezy, is unexplainable. It's just like it's like.
But it's the mind frame of the people out there, though. Yeah, we see the West Coast got a different mind frame. The people have a different mind frame out there. You know, it's in different parts of the world. You know, there's different mind frames. You know, it's different. You know, cultures. The culture out there, the mind frame is different. You know, yeah, people will get knocked off in every city across the world, right? But I just think that the mind frame out there is totally different from the East Coast.
But Deezy, the shit the shit that the world is seeing Wack do is like diabolical though, Deezy. Like these dudes and like this guy do like a Pyru blood. Like where I'm from. Like I said, I'm from Detroit. We never gang banging like dudes here where I'm from. Money, all that, the red and blue and all that. No, money is all about green. Ain't no red. I mean, I never seen it. I never witnessed nobody putting red and blue before green. But however, whatever. Long story short, everybody like. I think that and I don't wish death on, man, I ain't gonna lie, Deezy, I don't wish death on nobody. I don't, cause you ain't no coming back from that. But the stuff I see, how Wack 100 that's an evil guy, Deezy. That's a miserable. He looked miserable off. Man, I don't care how much. And he got people. Them dudes on the West Coast really think Wack got money, and he like, and they let like they think. I guess they feel like he can present them an opportunity or whatever. But off man, ain't nobody with no ain't no $1 million nigga acting like that.
We understand that, you know. We understand that. It's just, you know, the different individuals, and we understand that, you know, Wack wouldn't last probably in a lot of places in the world, you know, because there's been a lot of people that, you know, fell to their demise from doing certain things. But it's like that in that area, you know, I just think, you know, that more people. But hold up. I just think, you know, that area there, it's like a lot of people look at it as, you know, it's like the star life out there. You know,
you can't say them dudes though. Keep it real.
You said what?
You can't say them dudes. Keep it real, Deezy.
I mean,
they lost. They like Deezy. We are East Coast dude.
I don't think
we got our issues over here, Deezy. But them dudes over there on the West Coast, Deezy, with all that gang banging and, you know, they want to man, dude, man, don't only a fool want a problem. If you want a gang bang, how could you just like when we did stuff and we did dirt and we was out here and we was living, you know, we did certain shit. We did that stuff behind survival. Like we didn't just wake up and say a person be like, well, I'm gonna bang this. That's weak shit, man. Only, I mean, like you weak. You want to run around with a crew? That's some weak shit, you know.
Listen, with that, there, I agree. You know, I feel like, you know, with the gang situation, it's not business.
A pack of niggas all day.
Yeah, it's not business. I agree that I don't think anything to do with gang shit is business. I think that, you know, it's the culture that they rock with, but it's not business. And I think that, you know, it hinders you from elevating in business, being, you know, in a gang, you know, but you know, some of them people out there, you know, that are manipulated because they are what they surround themselves around, think that it's beneficial to them. when it's just crabs in the barrel, because the same niggas that you hang out with be the same niggas that really dislike you, but they think that it's some type of unity. So yeah, I understand that part.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, like, and we the only people like that though. We want to be like, we the only people that feel like we feel special, be a part of something. Like, instead of trying to build something on our own, or not even just building on it, because of course everybody gonna need help here and there, but it's just like I don't gotta hang around 10 guys to make me feel like I'm special. That's different, man. Like that's crazy work. You gotta be real with you. At some point, like, even though we be talking about you, like you go hard on Wack, and I be like, damn, Deezy, you 100 with that. But then at some point though, Deezy, man, you sit and watch all these guys sit and live. Right now, Wack could go to war with somebody, or talk bad about one of them dudes today, and you can pick up the content and and touch on the topic. But then the next day, whether it's a phone call, Wack might call one of them dudes on and say, man, it's just off content, and they be sitting on the couch tomorrow.
But that's the West Coast, though.
And you gotta understand that we all looking at that. We hearing what you saying, and a lot of people, a million dudes feel the way you feel. Like I feel the way you feel. But man, goddamn, you can't really help a lot of these niggas, man, because at the end of the day, though, you saying everything we saying or whatever we feel or you feel or however your audience feel, man. At the end of the day, though, Deezy, these niggas gonna be these niggas. The niggas gonna be niggas, man. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, listen, I agree with the guys out there like Hefe and Sporty Face, them type of dudes. They'll be done made up with Wack in the future.
Deezy, Wack broke right now, but the world don't. I mean, them niggas, them dudes on the West Coast, they still. If you watch some of these content creators, they be saying shit like, yeah, Wack, yeah, he got money and that's why he let him get away with. That's why he get away with all the stuff that he get away with. But man, on the low, man, Wack, bro.
Well, we know Wack. He has some money, but he doesn't have what he portrays to have.
Hey, Deezy, Wack, bro. Do you watch? What's up, man? Listen, man, Wack, bro.
We know Wack got something. He just don't got.
I'm willing to bet you, Deezy. When he doing all them deals with contract, even with the Blueface fight he just had, I'm willing to bet you R&B is if they cutting that check to R&B or somebody, because that's the only person he really can trust.
And I understand that, but you got to understand this too. He gonna manipulate her to make sure that when the money's going to him, that is designed and contracted up, that he got control. He's right, a manipulator.
But Deezy, see, listen, me and you get that. I get me and you and a couple other smart motherfuckers get that. But the social media, these fucking weirdos on social media, they think Wack got money.
Yeah, and I understand that. I understand what you're saying when you say that.
Wack desperate. Wack out here got Blueface. Listen, you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, because he don't got Blueface a deal. He should have had a deal by now, and he got the man fighting, to make some money when the dude is a rapper. So it's like we understand, we can see, but Wack will manipulate the people and say, well, this is the lane to go into. But dude is supposed to be making music, but he can't get a budget. The industry don't rock with it.
He could get a budget though if he stopped fucking with Wack. He'd get a budget.
Nah, you see, that's the thing. Wack got Blueface in this, contract that's like no other. It's probably with a 20-year cap on the joint. Blueface probably got a lifetime deal with Wack. Whereas though the contract is so damn long, Blueface ain't thinking about getting out of it. So it's
Deezy, I think it's more. I think you gotta understand too though. Blueface came into Wack when he was young. Wack probably knows so much dirt about Blueface, all kind of shit that it's like. But then at some point though, when you gonna grab your balls or two though, man, it's like before I go broke and I be in debt, and I owe the whole world. I mean, I owe everybody, man, and I'm gonna be worried about this man exposing me. Man, it go bad real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Because real talk, I'm sorry, I don't get that. like I said off. I don't know, man.
So now, you know what? I want to say something. Somebody in the chat. You know, hold on real quick. The dude said, man, it's stand-up dudes in every state. You got to be a clown to think that the East Coast is different than the West Coast. The East Coast got stand-up dudes and busters as well. You niggas need to travel. Now, listen. Now, I'm going to just say it like this. I understand, right, that, you know, the East Coast got busters and, you know, but what I'm saying is,
That's
right?
a fact.
But
That's
listen,
a fact.
hold on. Let me say this, right? So what I'm saying to the guy in the chat, right? What the difference with the East Coast is, right? Wack would not have survived. Nobody, you gotta. This is what I want you to understand.
That's my point, Deezy. But go ahead.
Hold on. Let me say this to the guy in the chat. I understand that the West Coast got stand-up guys and they got clowns, and the East Coast got stand-up clowns. But what I'm saying is, you know, Wack would not be able to survive living on the East Coast. He survives.
Right.
He survives living on the West Coast, and it wouldn't happen here. You know, all of the people. Hold up, Rook. Hold up. All of the people. Hold up. He stays on the West Coast, and everybody knows he's on the West Coast, and he's able to survive, and he's able to do the BS. And what I've noticed about the people on the West Coast, they just say the same thing. He's not in LA. Nobody gives a fuck that he's not in LA. This is what this is what I want people to understand, that right there. When people say that California is huge, nobody gives a fuck that he's not in LA. It's the part that he's on the West Coast, starting all of the BS between multiple individuals, and everybody saying why this and why that. Nobody cares about. If Wack was on the East Coast, and this is a fact, starting all that drama between individuals, Wack would not survive. That's all I'm saying. I understand it's different. It would be impossible. Anybody that has done that, I don't give a fuck if you're the leader of an organization. I don't care if you're a leader. You're not going to live, or you're not going to keep coming to a certain destination on the East Coast and just keep coming there every week and just like, oh, well, he's not in LA. No, that shit wouldn't happen here.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Especially when you're making fake documents on multiple people. That shit wouldn't happen. Somebody would have said, I'm going in.
For 3 years, Deezy, for 3 years.
Understandable.
That's crazy work.
Yeah.
So ain't nobody got no get. Ain't nobody. I mean, you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that it's real ones and it's clowns everywhere. I'm just saying, on the East Coast, I know Bull wouldn't survive going at everybody. He goes at everybody on the West Coast.
Hey, Deezy, I'm from the East Coast. I feel exact. That's all I'm saying. Everything you saying, Deezy.
Yeah.
Certain shit, like it's rude. Like for him, like let's keep it real though, Deezy. For him to even get on the phone with Hassan Campbell and tell Hassan Campbell about him and Big U business, man, that was a violation. For him to even speak on Nipsey on the phone with Hassan, like that's West Coast business.
So now listen, hold up.
But Deezy, them West Coast dudes sitting and watch that nigga say shit like, yeah, I didn't expose it. Hassan exposed it.
Yeah. So now let me say this.
Hassan shouldn't even know about that. I'm sorry for cussing, Deezy.
Let me say. Hold on. Let me answer somebody in the chat real quick. Hold on. Let me answer somebody in the chat. All right. So somebody in the chat, I want to clarify something with Will Stewart in the chat. You said 1090 Jake and 6ix9ine still out there. 1090 Jake is in Florida. You understand that, right? That's Florida. You hear me? 1090 Jake is in Florida, and what's it called? 6ix9ine was in Florida too. You know what I mean? Them dudes was in Florida. I don't consider that over here. You know what I mean? That's Florida. You know what I mean? So I don't, that shit, that's down south somewhere. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I don't consider that over this way. But you know,
they ain't our business. They ain't our business.
yeah. But what I can say, what about 1090 Jake? The shit that 1090 Jake put out be factual. I ain't seen 1090 Jake put out no fake work on nobody. The shit he putting out with court cases and his factual documents. The shit I see Wack doing is he make shit up on people, lie on people, and manipulate people to get people to go at each other. He starts fires with one gang and another gang and get them beefing with each other and then run off like, look what I did. And don't nobody say nothing about it. And these niggas be beefing with each other.
But Deezy, them dudes that be on like I ain't gonna lie. What's old boy name that just did the podcast with Nipsey brother? What's his name?
Black Sam.
P
Nice.
What's the dude?
P Nice.
What's the P Nice. Like man, like do you see what I'm saying though? Like P Nice shouldn't even like they know the politics and I'm trying to let me go back though. Let me go back because I don't know if you heard me clear. Listen, when all this stuff, Big U and Wack might have had their problems though, Deezy, but I think it was all undercover. It was just like West Coast business until he got on the phone and like when he did that when High Sign and him and all them academics did that podcast with 6ix9ine or whatever, and I guess I don't know, I guess he felt like he was punking High Sign or whatever off and whatever. But long story short, or High Sign, when they got to a little situation they got into and High Sign exposed the conversation they had, and he was all on the phone telling High Sign like, yeah, I know Big U, Nipsey got the sex tape out and I got guns. I bought all the Crips guns and, I'm like, basically like Big U ain't this and that. Like, all that West Coast business that he exposed. But you know what, though? Right now to this day, and I don't understand how the West Coast dudes let him live with that when he say shit like, yeah, I didn't expose Nipsey's sex tape. I didn't expose this and that, but High Sign did. But High Sign was only able to expose all that behind you saying all the shit you said to him on that recorded phone call High Sign put out. And the West Coast dudes didn't even he get away, he ride with that though. I didn't say that Nipsey had a sex tape or I didn't say that rewind the tapes, Deezy.
Yeah, I understand. And it's like certain individuals that were cool with Nipsey, they knew Wack was talking about Nipsey the way they did, and they still dealt with Wack.
They still right. And like right now, like he going hard on damn, what's Nipsey brother name?
Black Sam.
Right now, because Black Sam on the low, let's keep it real. Black Sam didn't say he ain't no talking ass dude. Like he was just like, man, a lot of this shit, I like my his brother gone too though, DJ. You understand his brother gone. You know what I'm saying? We all seen what happened to his brother. And he just said like, and he said in that interview he did with Blood, he was like, well, dude, he was like, yeah, but I just feel like niggas been violating, they ain't putting no respect on my brother's name or whatever off, and I feel like certain shit should be dealt with. That's why Wack acting the way he acting, like he going a little renty going on, like. But you gotta respect that man mind though too, Deezy. Like, man, dude, this man out here talking about your brother and porn with men and like Wack do a lot, man. And them dudes on the West Coast, they just like how he living like that. Like how they let him live like that.
Yeah,
but Deezy, my thing to you though, Deezy, is though, at some point, like, and you be going hard, like, and you right, and you justified on everything that you say or whatever, what you the shit you be speaking on. But man, goddamn, Deezy, man, that show. But at the end of the day, we got to keep it real, call a spade though, Deezy. Man, hell, shit, them dudes over there, that's how they rocking though. You see, like you watch Rick Rock. Rick Rock, like, just like he see all the fuckery. He don't really he just like, but he stay like, he don't want to say like.
Nah, nigga, he's scared of Wack. Wack got something on him.
it's like goddamn, like you. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to watch them dudes too, though. Because
I can't watch it.
What's my man name? My man keep it solid though.
Munchie B.
Munchie B and the other dude off damn, what's his name? I can't keep up with their names and shit, but Deezy is just like, man, I see what you're doing, but everything we seeing what we seeing too though, Deezy. Gotta keep it real though. We seeing what we seeing. And let's not I'm not gonna keep it always and say it's West Coast. It's just it's us as people though too, us as black men though too though, Deezy. We kind of fucking like we off the radar with certain stuff. Like it's like dude, it's hard for me not to cut. I can't even get my conversation because I want to just cuss. I'm so frustrated with how we maneuver. You know what I'm saying? Like simple, like the shit that the stuff we watch and Wack get away with. Just like, and that's just we just talking about Wack, but this is nationwide. It's nationwide fuckery. Let's keep it real, Deezy.
Yeah. It's a lot of stuff going on nationwide, right? And we understand that. It's just that, Wack is loud and influential on the internet, right? So when he lies and, manipulates people on the internet, people listen to the shit. So in order for, everybody to understand, it has to be continuously addressed, because what happens is if you don't address it, all he does is spin a narrative about another subject, and all he do is switch it. So now, being as though that I go so hard on this, damn near the entire internet sees what it is. But he got these few podcasters that spin the narrative and spin the lie for him, and all I do is call it out. Now, whenever the podcasters that he got spinning the narrative feel like they want to speak for him and say something about me, then I'm going to lock onto them. So, trust me, I'm doing exactly what needs to be done to make sure that we build the audience
Deezy.
And stay in pocket.
Deezy, no matter what, even though, no matter what you say, Deezy, you gotta understand, like you like me. I mean, we from the inner cities of up north right here. We and you both know, Deezy, that the stuff that he doing right now, going in maritime, but he's seeing whether you expose him or not, or we talking about it right now. At the end of the day, Wack gonna go down regardless of what.
Of course, we know that.
It ain't just like behind what you saying. It's good. I mean, you doing the right thing. Don't get it twisted. But off a person like what that dude is miserable. Look how he look. These look at that dude.
Of course,
that dude is fat. He's short. He fat. He got bad skin, and he the type of guy that like his money. He got to lead with money, and that's a bad game to be in. To have to lead with money.
It's a bad game to lead with money when you ain't got it like that.
Crazy to me though, Deezy though. He don't even that dude, bro. The world, y'all. I don't know what social media got everybody fucked up thinking that he got money. That dude is in debt from his head to his fucking pinky to his damn ear.
Of course, we know that. He's like claiming to have it, but he don't.
Everything he touched fails because he's a bad person. He's a devil.
And I agree.
So let's keep it real, Deezy.
I agree.
It ain't about let's keep it even though you exposing him, Deezy. And everybody exposed. They ain't talking about you, Deezy. He's everybody exposed. So we gotta understand that's what come with being a devil though. You're gonna get exposed everything goes on in dark will come to light. We all know that, right?
Agreed.
I'm a God-fearing nigga. So even though you expose him and everybody exposing him, God gonna work with him. God got the last say in everything that evil nigga doing. But at the end of the day, what tripped me up though, Deezy, is how he can fool niggas so easy.
Yeah, and I definitely see that.
Deezy. That fucked me up.
Yeah, I definitely see that. He definitely fools niggas easy.
It made me lose hope in niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at like, cause damn, come on now, Deezy. Let's keep it real. I'm from a block like you, like you said, I'm a block nigga.
Yeah.
We got a fufi nigga running around here, right? That's what you say. That's your talk, ain't it, Deezy?
Yeah.
We got a fufi motherfucker running around here that's fooling everybody and everybody rocking with it though. So at the end of the day, though, the problem is really not with Wack though, Deezy. Keep it a buck, nigga.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Listen, we gonna, make sure we keep going in. You know what I mean?
I'm here for it. I'm watching. Hey man, I'm gonna be in touch. I'm here. I got you on speed dial, my brother. Love you, man. I
appreciate you calling in. Much love, my brother.
I'm here. Keep up the good work, man. Hey man, you got your man. Listen, man, you all gas, no brakes. I'm watching you though, Deezy. But at the end of the day, though, you got to really think though too. Let's look at the big picture, my brother.
Listen, I'm definitely looking at the big picture.
All right, man. Be good.
Appreciate it, my brother. You too.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't already smashed that like button, make sure you hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribe to the channel and share the live. Yeah, I understand when, some people say, about coming to LA, and I understand that, right? But come on, man. You can't make excuses for what we see. That's all. It can't be an excuse for what we see. You know what I mean? We sit everybody seeing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, I understand, you might say everybody don't know Wack, but I'm gonna tell you like this. A lot of niggas do. You hear me? Wack getting louder. Of course, people know who he is. Getting louder. You think that people ain't hearing that Wack saying it's a gay tape on Nipsey? And this is why, when people say, everybody don't know Wack, it's like, nah, everybody know Nipsey, right? And when somebody comes out and says that there is a gay tape on Nipsey Hussle out there, that shit travels. And people want to know who said this. So yes, they know who Wack is. They want to know who said this. Who's putting this out there, right? And Wack been going on multiple platforms saying this, right? Straight up. Wack is on Vlad, Adam, Academics. He uses all the platforms. And then Flacco. If people out there know Flacco talked dirty about the gang members. He talked filthy about the gang members. They know who Flacco is. You know what I'm saying? So people know who he is. You know what I'm saying? We can't say that people don't know who he is. They know who he is. It's just that people make an excuse. Oh, man. And, the excuse only sounds good to you when you make it. Yeah, this is the reason why. Ain't a reason for anything. Anything can go the opposite way in life. Wack was on there today talking about he's gonna keep exposing this and exposing that, and if it costs him his life, then so be it. But Wack is already dedicated with law enforcement. So of course he would say that. Once you get dedicated with the law and you out there with law enforcement, ain't no taking it back. Wack got to do that forever. He got to work with the people forever. This ain't no, I'm going to just do a little bit and then I'm done. The only way you get done with the people is when they sit you down. You do a bit but then they still gonna come back and see you. You know, that's one thing that once you get involved with, you married to it. So yeah, we know Wack is definitely miserable. We know that. We know he working with the folks. We know this, right? But I just want to keep highlighting it, you know? I want to make sure that I highlight it. I mean, so when people get out there, they deal with the bull and something crazy happens and they in a situation, we're going to talk about it because we already know what it is. Anybody that deals with Wack that is trying to elevate in this thing called life, you got to understand he's going to disrupt what you got going on at some point because he doesn't have the ability to do it because he has a direct mission on working with them people. It doesn't allow him to elevate. When you work with the authorities and you lining people up and you on that police shit, you can't focus on building shit in life. You can't focus on that because they reaching out. They want shit done. You understand that the feds care about their objective more than they care about you stabilizing your life. Their objective is the most important thing in the world to them, and they run the world. So if you find yourself in bed with the feds, you don't have the ability to grow your life because you are dedicated to their agenda. So of course, Wack can act like he's, on a certain level of life, but he doesn't get to, grow because he got an agenda he got to tend to all the time. Straight up. Appreciate that super chat. LJ, just like Flacco. He wouldn't dare to do that in Philly. Hell no. Hell no. And that's a fact. That is a fact. Flacco wouldn't dare live in Philly, right? Or come to Philly and be exposing people in Philly talking crazy about him, and he ain't from there. Man, one of the young boys would have ran down on Flacco. Straight up. One of them young boys would have traveled no matter where he's at. They would have traveled. They would have went to see him, and they wouldn't care. You feel what I'm saying? Straight up, they wouldn't care. Yeah, if LA stands tall and in solidarity, if they all stand against him, he's done. Not knock him off, but his image and message is canceled. Now that's some truth to that, right? That is some truth to that. And listen, that there is major. All of these dudes out there, right, that want to be podcasters on the internet, once they get on the internet and they start seeing some light and they get a check from this, a lot of them jokers, they still want to be affiliated with the gang culture, but they really don't want to be a gang member because they making money on the internet. You ain't making no money being a gang member. You just doing it because your homeboys is doing it and you want to fit in. It's the only reason niggas out there is being gang members, because everybody around is in a gang. So they got to be a part of something to feel like they're affiliated with something. They really don't want to do the shit. They would love to be on the internet getting a check from talking to the camera. They would love that. They would love to be sitting on No Jumper getting a check, talking to the camera, getting known, building their image. They would love that, right? They don't want to be gang members, but this is what they doing. And when they get on these podcasts, they start putting that to the side, the gang shit, because they want to be big podcasts. So if it comes to the point where they got to deal with Wack and be around Wack and act like they don't know the shit that Wack is doing, they willing to do the shit because they want to be podcasters. They don't want to get on there and stand on business like, all right, I'm going to build my podcast up, right? However long it takes. They think that if they connect themselves to Wack, they're going to be big overnight. They don't want to build it up. You know, see, and that's the difference with me. I'm okay with building it up. I'm okay with building it up block by block. I don't have to get next to, you know, Wack and run his narratives to feel like I want to build up fast. That's not my style. I'm the opposite of that. I'm going to build it up the way I build it up. However long it takes, I'm okay with that. I'm willing to put the work in to build it up. But I just feel like the bulls out there that get on the podcast, majority of them, they not willing to do that. You know, you got some of them that's willing to do that, right? But they not going to stay foot on neck. They going to say, man, oh, man, where the paperwork at? Right? Because let's be real, right? When the Hefe got with Wack and sat down with him, he was saying, where the paperwork at? That's the first thing he said when he sat on No Jumper. And everybody knows this. When he sat on No Jumper, he said, "Where I don't see no paperwork on Wack." People saying stuff about Wack because he wanted to be a podcaster. He wanted to be affiliated with No Jumper. So they not going to stand on business when it come to that. They going to put it to the side. Don't nobody want to stand on no business when it come to that. Because they looking at, man, I want to be a podcast. I really don't want to be a gang member. The only reason I'm a gang member is because the people from my neighborhood is a gang member and I want to be accepted from my neighborhood. If I'm not a gang member or I'm not affiliated with a certain gang, I'm not accepted from my neighborhood because of the culture out here. And this is why Wack does what he does. He done made his space on the internet and people want to be on the internet, man. Straight up. I know what it is. But if they all came together and said, man, we not dealing with bull under no circumstances, right? They would be able to stand something. But it lets you know that the gangs can't unite. It lets you know black people ain't gonna never unite. Y'all see the one individual is a cancer to y'all, but y'all will never unite. And what happens is, right, is certain individuals, right, if they see, all right, these people ain't messing with Wack, right, you get a certain individual say, since they not messing with Wack, right, I'm gonna go over here and mess with Wack, right? And I'm gonna elevate because they not messing with Wack, and then Wack get them over there and put them in the blender. This is why Wack able to manipulate these niggas that way. Straight up, because Wack knows the only reason he's gonna deal with him is to try to get in position, and he really don't want you to get in position unless you're gonna run his narrative. Now, Flacco is gonna run the narrative. Rick Rock is going to run the narrative. These guys know don't go against Wack because he got something on you and he going to run the narrative on you. So you can't go against the guy that got something on you going to run the narrative, so you're going to run the narrative. Straight up. And this is what them boys do. But if you pay attention to it, it's just what I'm saying. You know? They can't come together and be on the same type time because they at each other. Yeah, and ain't no unity in it. I don't even know why people be out there claiming it, because you out there claiming something majority of the people probably around you don't even like you. Niggas in your same set don't even like you. They just acting like they like you because y'all repping the same thing. Man, you can't put a whole bunch of niggas around each other and think they all gonna be cool for real. It's a lot of fake people. You put a whole bunch of black people around each other, the hate and envy gets planted ASAP. Just by you looking at the other individual. A lot of black people, they hate others because of the swag. You put 10 gang members around each other, right? You got 2-3 of them got straight swag, right? They can pull the bitches, right? They running around doing their thing, right? They pulling up in that shit, right? Now you got 7 of them. They all claiming the same shit. They broke. They ain't got nothing, right? They really envious looking at the other ones do they thing. So what you think they gonna do? They gonna start hating. They upset. Ain't no unity in that shit. It's a manipulation. You know, then you might have a situation with somebody out in the street, right? And all of y'all jump on somebody and they think that these my homeboys because we beat up somebody together. This my homeboy because we beat up. We jumped on the bull and we all claim the same set while we jumped on the bull. And the mental out that way start telling people this what it is and these my homies because we jumped on these niggas. But when all actuality, you still got them jokers in there that envy you other niggas that's getting money. You know, it's like the game is dirty, man. You know, you can't trust nobody, man. Just being real. You can't trust people when you're trying to bring people together. That shit don't work right, man. You know, because just like being honest, right? Life is based on you being financially stable. That's what life is based on. And this is a fact. Anybody can say anything else. The entire life is based on you being financially stable. If you're not financially stable, you miserable. You upset. And then if you seeing niggas that's financially stable and you can't figure out how to make $1, hold up. You upset at these niggas. You mad. They making money, you can't. You know, that's the base of life. You being able to provide for yourself, eating, living, and operating. That's the base of life. Everything else is what it is. If you can't provide for yourself financially, all that other shit you can't think about. And this is a fact. I don't care what nobody say. If you can't provide for yourself financially, you miserable. You're going to be outside begging for some money. So you gotta find out how you going to get some money to get something. Because money controls what you put in your stomach. Money controls if you got heat in the house. Money controls if you got air conditioning. Money controls if you got transportation. Money controls everything that's going on in the existence of life. Everybody can say money ain't everything. Cool. You can tell yourself whatever you want to tell yourself to make yourself feel better. If you ain't got none, cool. Tell yourself whatever the hell you want to tell yourself. But if you ain't got no money, you trying to get some. Straight up. Everybody's waking up every day. This shit, they designed this shit a certain way. The world is designed like this. It's designed for you to chase money majority of your day and then sleep majority of your day and pay bills. You chasing money, sleeping, paying bills. You got a selective few that got time to do some other shit. This the game, man. This is a part of life. You know, if you pay attention to it, you'll understand it. You know, some people, I noticed with life, they lie to themselves. I definitely noticed that with this life that we live in, some people lie to themselves because, you know, a lot of people are living off hope. They're hoping. They think if they tell themselves some things that are, you know, hopeful to themselves, that they can speak it into existence. You know, a lot of people got that stuck in their mind. Now, sometimes you can, and it'll go that way for you, right? But you can't live your life off of just saying, speak it into existence without taking any action. You got to take some action too. You got to get up and put some work in. You got to get up and work towards whatever you're trying to do. Because if you think that shit going to just fall in your lap because you spoke it into existence, it'll never happen for you. You'll never have nothing. Never. And if you do get something, you're going to burn it up because you thought that I'm just sitting here, it's going to come back again. I spoke it up. You know, man, I tell you. But, you know, everybody got their own brain, right? And, you know, everybody going to think what they want to think with life. Yeah, everybody going to have whatever idea of how they think things are going to operate and how things going to go for them because it's their life. You know, but in reality, shit, don't have no money. Don't have nothing. Straight up, watch how things go for you. Don't go to work. You're going to be outside begging or you're going to be living with somebody. And, you know, some people, right, that might have grandma. They might have somebody in their family that let them sleep in the basement, on the couch, and they get comfortable, right? Not understanding that person going to die. That person's going to leave. That person's going to exit the world. And you're going to have to take care of yourself and be responsible at one point in life. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to have to be responsible. You're going to have to take initiative and do what you got to do. Yeah, but you know, some people be forgetting that shit. They think because they got grandma or auntie or somebody there holding the fort down, that shit gonna always be like that. The older you get, people be leaving. Life ends. You know, some people try to keep their health in line to extend their stay. And some people just, the body acquires health issues and their stay is short. Yeah, I think, you know, the world is, it's a lot of manipulation and hope, man. I can't even lie. I think in this world, it's a lot of manipulation and it's a lot of hope. You know, people are being misled, lied to, you know, and you see certain people on the internet that be selling like real live hope, and people be following the hope, and you live on the existence of this earth and you just die. And don't nothing come your way. You be hoping your whole existence until it's over. Straight up. Your whole existence. Straight hoping things get better. And man, you got to work to stabilize the life for you. Whatever best fits you. Work, stabilize, whatever you got to do to survive. You know, one thing that is real crazy, right? They done mentally tricked us into going hard to accomplish things that really don't mean shit. Now that's wild. That's some crazy shit. You know, they done convinced us to get out here and go hard for things that don't mean shit. Because at the end, it's just you in the ground. These are things that people try to block out, though. I really noticed that about life. The shit that's real, people want to block it out because, a lot of people want to live in a fantasy. I've been told that, because when I get to talking to people like this right here in person, some people don't be wanting to hear that shit. Man, I don't want to hear that shit, man. Let me live in a fantasy. Because I can start talking, like, I be on here talking about whack and shit. It is what it is, but I can talk about real life shit. Because I understand real life shit. But when you talk about that real life shit with some people, that shit, it hit different because it's reality. Man, I don't even want to think about it like that. For living out here for hope. A lot of this shit was created, to segregate us. A lot of this shit that's created that we look towards and that we hope on, it was put here to segregate us. You think about this, you think about this, you think about this, and you think about this. But this shit ain't real. And the mind will have you thinking about things, and once something seems real to you, that becomes your reality. If you think it's real, it's your reality. Because you think it's real. It's your life. So, you got people that be looking at this shit like that they think that, this is going to go this way, and they think about this in life for this, and, and that shit just be fufi, man. Yeah, straight fufi. But, I just try to, live my life off of the experiences that I had and the understanding that I know to try to keep me grounded. You know what I'm saying? And I know this about myself, so I just try to keep me grounded. Yeah. I ask myself, talking to myself, just to stay grounded, man. Stay functional, stay grounded, and, no matter what, that I go through, right? Let me keep, pushing just for my existence, that I'm here and that I don't go left. You feel me? That's what I talk to myself about. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody could, go left in life. So I talk to myself like, man, hey, Deezy, just stay focused. if, at this point now, from the things that I've been through in life, it's a lot of things that I really don't care about like I used to. And I'm just being real. From my experiences in life, it's a lot of things that I don't care about like I used to, because I used to be passionate about things that I thought I had control over. But as I got older, I start seeing that I really don't have no control over the shit. And I'm like, I'm so passionate about these things, but I really can't control them. They're not in my control. But, the world makes you think that certain things are in your control because they want you to do certain things a certain way. But they're really not in your control. You can't really control it. When, other people want to step in and show you that you don't have control, they show you. But you think you got control. Man, you don't run nothing in the world. In this world, you don't run nothing. You think you do. Straight up. You hear me? You don't run nothing in this world. You think you do because your mind tell you. You don't own nothing in the world. You think you do because you went out and bought it. They told you own it because you paid for it. You don't own that shit. Anything they want to come take from you, they can take it from you whenever they want to, and they can make an excuse and a reason why they taking it from you. So you don't own it. And that's everything. You feel what I'm saying? You can, buy a house, buy a car, and they can take everything from you. You hear me? But you think you own it. Some people be really like cherishing shit that you can't take with you and that can be taken from you. I think you got to cherish, your existence. Cherish finding your peace. Cherish doing the things that, make you smile. Think those are the things that you really got to cherish. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Things that make you smile, that bring you peace. You got to really cherish those things. Because if you don't cherish those things and you try to cherish other things, a lot of other things will make you depressed when you don't got no control over it. You think you got control over something, and then when you find out you really ain't got no control, now you depressed. You wondering why you feel this way. But, it's a part of life, man. For real, for real. You know what I mean? It's a part of life. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, man, hit that like button. Yeah. I just know with myself, I'm happy to be delivered from the streets. This is something that I'm proud about for myself. With me, I'm proud to be delivered from the streets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So in my mind, I just tell myself, don't let nothing take me to that mentality. I try to walk away and, stay away from certain things. And I think, those bump in the roads that I experienced gave me a lot of clarity on, the state that I'm at in life now. Cause you could be in position that you feel like you in a good position and you where you want to be, and instantly something can come into your life and throw all the balance off. You can make a decision that can really put you in a bad situation. So, with me, I'm just real thankful that, that I delivered myself from the street. Because I'm just being honest, right? I didn't think that I would ever deliver myself from the street. To say to myself, like, because yes, we look to the Lord to help us. Yes. But if you don't put the effort in, ain't nothing gonna happen. You have to put the effort in. So yeah, you can pray, ask for guidance. But if you don't put that effort in, ain't nothing gonna ever happen. You gotta be the one to make the step. And then, of course, you might have a voice that guides you. You might have somebody that's uplifting you around you to keep you pushing forward. But it starts with you putting the foot forward. So, you know what I'm saying? With me, yeah, like, I'm just happy with that. You know what I'm saying? Because, for me being in the streets a lot of my life and shit like that, and to like really like tell myself, you know what I'm saying, I go get a job if I couldn't make it doing something that I was doing for myself before I do anything in the street. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud to say that, I made it through this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud to say I made it through, like, for real. Yeah, especially, with all the like close calls and shit I had. You hear me? All the close calls that I had out in the street, running around. What? Shit. I literally can, remember the feeling of, the times I've been in trouble in situations with the law, knowing like I gotta fight this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm in serious situations and, they got evidence. You know what I'm saying? They got evidence and I gotta figure out how to fight against the evidence that they saying they got. And I'm saying to myself, man, by all means necessary, I'm going all the way. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody say, I'm going all the way. So, from those experiences, man, I mean, I say to myself now that I'm regular. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say. I'm regular now. I'm regular. Like raw and uncut regular. Yeah. Straight up. And that shit, it feel good, man. That shit feel good, man. I can sit on here and talk all damn day. You know what I'm saying? I sit on here and talk all damn day if I want to. I want to sit here all damn day and talk, to build, the platform. Man, I do it all damn day. That's a fact. And I already know because of, the type of individual I am. You know what I'm saying? I already know that dealing with the internet, that I'm going to go to the next level. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? But I know I am, right? Like I asked, in my life, a lot of times, right? And I used to talk to myself and shit, right? And I always used to say, man, I'm better than the streets. I'm just good at this shit. But I'm better than this shit, right? You know, because I ran around in the streets, right? I caught cases, yes, because that comes with the territory, right? When you running in the street, you go and catch cases. But a lot of niggas bow down. You hear me? I ain't never bow down in no fucking case ever as an adult. I never bowed down. If I got convicted of something, they gave it to me. You hear me? So, and that's why I say, you know, I was good at the streets because I played in the streets, right? And I played heavy and I went to war every time. So charges come with the street life. You understand what I'm saying? But everybody ain't going to take it to war. A lot of niggas are scared of that. You hear me? As an adult, I never signed up for probation. A lot of these niggas be out here playing in the street, acting like they gangster, and when they catch a case, they sign up for probation. I'm gonna take this plea. I'm signing this shit. I've never done that as an adult. You feel what I'm saying? So it's why I say, and I ran the streets. You know, this is why I say I was good at the streets, but I'm better than the streets. So I know when it comes to this internet, I'm saying this because I just know me, right? Yeah, I talk about whack now, right? Yeah, I talk about, you know, shit that's going on, you know, on the internet, right? But I don't know if this, you know, per se right here, this style of the internet is going to be the shit that take me to the next level. It could be something else. I know it's going to be dealing with, you know, the social media and me branding myself to go out there to another level, but I don't know if it's going to be this right here. Like, you know, it could be that, you know, eventually they start pushing me to a different level doing this. Or it could be I could be doing something else with this and it just take me to another level. I don't know. But I know this is where I'm starting at. You know, this right here is the start. You understand what I'm saying? And I say it like this, right? When I was out in the street, right? And I'm going to just keep it a buck. When I was running around the street, grinding in the street, right? You know, with my double up, right? As a young boy, teenager, 13, with a double up, right? As the time went by, right? And, you know, the goal is a whole thing. You hear me? That's the goal. When you in the street and you running around the street, the goal is a whole thing. I didn't understand how I was going to get there, right? But I knew shit. One day I'm going to get there. I knew that. I said, shit, you know, see this shit? Oh, yeah, I'm going to get there. Oh, I'm going to get me a whole thing. I ain't know how I was going to get there, but it was like that was the mind frame. You feel what I'm saying? So if you going to grind at something, you might not know how it's going to blossom, but if you grind at it, it got to blossom. Straight up. And I feel like that with whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? This is how I feel. Whatever you do, if you grind at it, it's going to blossom. Be true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to blossom. So with this game right here, Deezy gonna figure this joint out. Straight up. But I gotta be consistent, and you know, it's gonna come. I know that for a fact. I gotta be consistent, and it's gonna come. Shout out, to all y'all though that be rocking with Deezy, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Like, man, facts. Saying effort can look like having to also cut off people. A lifestyle feels like loss, constantly losing parts of you, but the reward is your rebirth. Listen, one thing I understand though, you gotta cut people off. You hear me? You don't know who it is. It could be the people closest to you. For you to elevate in life, other people will never understand what's beneficial for you. Only you'll understand what's beneficial for you. Yeah. And some people, they really try to make understanding why you make decisions. And you really can't understand why somebody else made a decision that's beneficial for them, because it's a decision that benefits them. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to look at your old self, old life, old version of you, and you are above it and better. Only identify with your new version of you, etc. Straight up, okay. Yeah. Man, life. Yeah, man. And shout out to all y'all, man. Yeah, this is one of them lives. You know what I'm saying? That, I felt like just rapping, man. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. This is one of them lives. I just felt like rapping. You know what I'm saying? Big facts. I get like that sometime, man. Yeah, I get like that sometime, man. Yeah, I'm gonna put that call out there. Me and my man just talked on, and I'm gonna probably put some of them other calls out there that the people called on yesterday. Yeah, put some of them calls out there, man. Facts. Yeah. Line is open, though. Y'all want to call in and let me know how y'all feel about some things. You can call in, and let me know how you feel and how you look at some things as well. Yeah, but definitely shout out to all the people that be rocking with the channel. You know what I'm saying? I know some people be in the cut and they just be listening. Shout out to y'all too. You know what I'm saying? One thing y'all know, right? Deezy consistent though. Y'all definitely know that. Consistent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We about to start working on another song though. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop one more song, and this song here going to be a little bit more harder. I think I dropped the first song, 2 towards something like for the ladies, but the next song gonna be something a little harder, and then I'm gonna start working on the album. Straight up. Yeah, I'm gonna drop an album with 10 songs on that joint, and that's gonna be, something to stamp that Deezy put together. You know what I'm saying? Everything, that Deezy doing is, just something like in life that, I just want to do things. I don't want to limit myself. I think we get the limit in ourselves in life, and we don't want to like do other things. I just want to just do everything. Everything I can do, I just want to do it. Yeah, anything I can do, just want to do it. You know what I mean? Let me enjoy life while I'm here, the existence of this life. Because you can't take nothing with you, but you can make a mark. You can do that. That's a fact. You can't take nothing with you. All the material shit don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I can make a mark. I think that shit mean more than material shit. For real. Because if you look at it, right, it's certain people, even we look at Tupac, Biggie, and Nipsey, right? Let me just say it like that. Tupac, Biggie, and Nipsey. And there's plenty of others, right? But I'm going to say those individuals, right, that they really like made a mark. So regardless of them being here in the existence of life, I think those individuals will live on loudly forever. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to live on loudly forever. SBGB TV live call-in show.
Come on, baby. You got to leave a legacy, man. You got to leave a legacy out here. That's all it's about.
Yeah.
That's all it's about. It's Stacks Baton, man. Live from New York, B. We bombed on Wack 100 about a month ago.
Okay.
Me and you was bombing on them.
Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to New York, man.
No, but I'm listening to you right now, man. I've been listening to you for about a few months, grinding every night for a few hours, bro. And like you said, eventually, it doesn't matter what you water it, it's going to blossom into flowers.
Yeah.
So I just want to let you know, man. Just keep doing what you're doing, and New York is watching you, B.
I appreciate you. Shout out to New York, bro.
All right, keep doing your thing, King.
Solid. Yeah, man. The line is open, man. You can call in. You want to rep where you from. You can call in and shout out to where you from. I mean, solid, to all the people that rock with Deezy, because I know, we got people that watch all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, we got people that watch in different countries. You know what I mean? We got people that watch all over the U.S. You know what I'm saying? So, we going to keep growing. But, you know what I mean? We're putting that work in. Like I said, yeah, make sure if you haven't went and streamed She Ain't Gotta by Deezy, make sure you stream She Ain't Gotta by Deezy. So we're going to drop the next song. I'm going to try to drop that joint by next month. And then hopefully, like by the summertime, I could just drop the whole album. Just put an album together and, put that joint all the way out there. That's the goal. Drop an album by the summer. Drop another song next month. That's the goal, man. That's the goal. So, for all the people that be rocking with me, man, y'all know I appreciate y'all. And we just gonna keep grinding. Yeah, one step at a time. And y'all know we be going in for hours. Yes, we do. Y'all know that. We're going for hours, man. Yeah. But that's why, Wack know it's the worst thing to do to say shit about me. You know what I mean? They thought, when they had my page, reported that, all right, now we're gonna say something about them. But one thing about me, I know how to adapt. I always been that type of individual. So, I know they be watching and they report the channel all the time, but I adapt. You know what I'm saying? I think I adapt well. I always been that type. I mean, I always experience things in life and I go through things like anybody else, but I just feel like I adapt very well. You know what I mean? Because I learn from my mistakes, learn from the experiences. I've never been like a person that like reads something and learns that way. I could read something, but it's totally different when I experience it because I know how to deal with it better from the experience. I might not do it right the first time, or I might have it not all the way together and I might do it, but when I experience it, I think I'm able to like perfect that shit. You know what I'm saying? I really think that that's something that is about me. You know what I'm saying? I like that. You know what I mean? And I'm not willing to take the risk. Yeah. Some people, they like scared to take the risk. I mean, I ain't scared to take no damn risk. I'm taking the risk. Straight up. And I'm betting on myself all the time. Yeah, I'm betting on myself. Fuck that. I got to. I'm betting on myself. Yeah. Ain't got no problem with putting into me. You know what I mean? Some people be scared to bet on themselves. I'm betting on myself. Yeah. Facts. But one day at a time, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You heard me? Shout out to everybody. Treese. Yeah. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all solid, man. Shout out to everybody. Never give up. You dig? Never give up. Never give up. Oh, man. Anybody want to call in before, you know what I'm saying, before we hang up on the live? You know what I'm saying? If you want to call in, you can call in before we hang up on the live. Straight up. For sure. Yeah, we got what? We only got like 15 months in going in on this shit. We got 15 months. Deezy get years in doing this shit. Yeah. Get years in. We got 15 months in. 15 months. Yeah. It feel good. We growing too. Big facts. We growing. Yeah, we ain't even putting that up on the screen. Yeah, we ain't put nothing up on the screen. And not today. No, we didn't. We ain't put nothing up on the screen. You dig? Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all. You better know it, Trees. You know what I'm saying? We coming. Just putting that work in. Just putting that work in. Yeah, he's putting that work in. Facts. Smash the like button. Hit that subscribe button, man. And you know, Deezy appreciate all y'all. Go check out the merch, sbgbtv.com. We gonna keep grinding. Facts. But I see y'all in the few, man. Hit the like button. Share the live. Subscribe to the channel. And we're gonna keep grinding, man. Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Deezy. Stay sucker free. Yeah, stay sucker free, man. Yeah. Keep the haters out of your circle, because they definitely be plotting. Facts. Yeah. But y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy Deezy. It's not about the setback. It's about the get back. Nah.